Hi, how y'all doing? My name is Kamara, and I'm just gonna have everyone introduce themselves. Go ahead, Erica.
I'm Erica.
I'm Steve.
I'm Marshay.
All right, and as you know, they do not know what we will be talking about today, so I think they're nervous. What you think? You're nervous?
Yeah.
Okay, so today the topic is at what age do you think is appropriate to start having children? Who want to start?
Well, I would say like somewhere in your 20s when you like have your stuff together and you're established to take care of another person.
I want to say late 20s, early 30s. Just like you were saying, established. You want to feel comfortable with yourself, or feel comfortable where you're at before you try to bring somebody else in.
I don't really think there is a proper age to have children. I think there's a such thing as like being too young. I don't think you should have kids at like 14, 15, 16. I mean, it happens, but I think as long as you're over like the age of like 25 or so and you're established, after that, I don't really think there's a proper age.
So are y'all saying is it age and the fact that you have to be established, or are they separate, like, you know, two separate issues, or is it at that age you're usually established?
I think age comes with being established. Like nobody's established at 14 with a job and a house and stuff like that, or some place to live. So I think like, you know.
But what if you're not established at 25 or 30 or 35 or 40? Like, you know, what if you're not established? So then, you know, do you start saying, okay, but I'm 25, I'm 30, so that's the appropriate age for me?
I mean, I don't think you should be like, I'm 35, this is it, like, this is the age I should be having kids, even if you're still like living with your mother, you're not working, you're like, you're not established. I don't think you should just start having children just because you're a certain age.
Yeah. Oh, that's deep.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like, I don't think everyone should have children. Like, if you get to, like, I don't think everyone's fit to be a parent. Some people just shouldn't have children, some people don't.
I mean, I feel like we are made to like reproduce though. Like,
no,
you know,
we definitely are.
Yeah, and then we all have like a biological clock as far as women. So I feel like if you're 35, you live in a house with your mom or whatever. I still think. I mean, this is like something God gave you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get
you
it.
know, so you should be able to reproduce if you want to.
I feel like we're talking about being established or being mature, being like, not everyone is fit to be a mother. Even people that have kids are established. Sometimes you do bring a child into the world and they can not be such a good situation. I don't think every single person should have a child.
What you think, Stanley?
I would say like I agree with what Erica was saying earlier. Is that like it shouldn't matter like if you're like in your 30s, like if you're in your 35s and you do live at home. If you're a parent and you have a child, like it's not really gonna be you raising that child.
That's true.
It's gonna be your parents raising that child.
That's true.
And they're probably gonna be older, like they might be in their 70s or something.
Yeah. So it really just come with maturity.
Yeah.
So it's not really
and
like
that could be like you can be mature and be 24.
And then like she keeps saying with the biological clock, because it's like the longer a woman waits to have a child, it could be complications. And then it's like, I feel like when you're younger, you have the body to run around and chase. You have the body to run around and chase a child. Whereas when you get older, like you don't feel like going through that. So.
Yeah. Now, do you object like to older women having children at like a certain age? Like, is it a cutoff? Like after this age, just don't have any more children because of certain reasons.
I mean, what comes to mind with me like is Janet Jackson. She's 50, and she has an infant.
I want to say Janet Jackson is really rich, and she had about a really rich guy.
Like,
she have a different lifestyle.
About age.
She still
didn't beat the clock. Like,
she didn't
she'll be 70 when the child is 20.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's fit and everything, but if we're talking about like actually being in a child's life and like you said, like running around with the child or whatever, like she's still gonna be like a senior citizen when the child's a teenager.
That's how I feel. I feel like if you're so old having a child, like one, you're not gonna have time for your, like, I don't want to be like biased or whatever, but I feel like you're not gonna have time for your child. Like, you're just not gonna have energy. Like, you know, like when you're young, you have so much energy to run around. You can discipline your children. You can do a lot of things. When you're older, you don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, you gotta like focus on yourself and your health and stuff like that.
Like, she's not the average, like obviously the average 50-year-old woman, but like just like thinking like practically, like when her child gets married and they wait till they're like 28 or whatever, or in their 20s, like she'll be in her 70s. So like you want your mom to be there at your wedding, like so you have children and stuff. Like if you're older, your parents might miss out on things like that.
But do you think her lifestyle plays a part in it? Because really, like any person, like I want to say like a rich person or whatever, they have nannies and like so their lifestyle is totally different than like an average person, you know, come home to their children. It's two different things. So I'm saying like based on age, I feel like I probably wouldn't care or I wouldn't think it's a big problem for Janet Jackson opposed to like, you know, like
I don't mean like support wise. I just mean like regardless of everything else she has, like she's still their mother. And she's an older mother, and she won't be there for certain things, like whether she has a nanny or not. Like I don't want my nanny at the wedding. Like I want my mom. Like if I'm having a child, like I want my mother there.
That's true.
Like,
what you think?
I agree. I think because then it's like as a parent, you're supposed to have like certain moments with the child to bond, and like if you just put your nanny in your place every time, it's like is it really your child or is it the nanny's child? So.
Now, what about the generation gap? Like, I know you were saying, like, you know, the age, but what about as far as, like, relatability and, you know, like, you can understand what your child is talking about or, like, you get where they're coming from, basically. It's like, it's, you know, it makes sense. Yeah, I feel like you learn a little bit more.
Yeah, because they're a little bit older when they had you, so they've been through life. They have a lot more experience.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, I know we talk about older parents. What about younger parents?
I feel like younger parents, depending on how young just depending on how young. Like some people, they have kids at a young age and they think, oh, I'm going to still live my life and I'm going to party and I'm going to do this and the third. But when you have a child, it's like you really got to step up and put some things on the back burner and put your child first. But some people aren't ready to do that. That's why I agree with you when you say like some people just aren't fit to have kids.
Do you think it helped them grow up? Because I know, like, I had a friend in high school and she had a child, but I feel like it helped her. Like, you know, like it pushed her to do better and like she kept going. Like,
I want to say it all depends on the person and who got backing them. Like, if they don't have like a good support backing them, then there's a possibility that they can't be a good parent or can't be a good parent. Like, say if they have somebody older that's like, oh no, you shouldn't be doing that with them. You need to be taking care of them then, or you shouldn't be going out. You should be staying home and cooking their meal or do the homework with them. So it all depends on who's in their life when they're younger.
Okay, I agree. Another question is, what do you think about like far as like daycares raising children opposed to like maybe like the mother's home and she takes, you know, she homeschool the child, or she maybe like just take care of the family at the house instead of like going to work and going to taking the kids to daycare.
I think that's changed so much. Like back in the day, parents always was like in the child's life doing everything, but now people put themselves first. So I think daycare is used a lot more. I just think it should be like some type of limit on daycare. Like kids should be able to bond with their elders, like you or your parents or their grandparents. And then they have to go to daycare, yeah, but they shouldn't be there all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with you, but also want to disagree a little bit too, because if the person is like a single parent, it might be a little bit easier for them to leave them in there so they can get those extra hours, so that way they won't have to like struggle for the meal or struggle on the bills for a little bit. But I understand, like, because like the child might grow a little bit closer to the people that daycare than the parent. So
yeah, I feel like a lot of kids, they're more, they go to daycares and camps, but they don't even spend much time with the parents at home. Yeah. Another question is, what about marriage as far as like getting married? Because I know a lot of different cultures, and we were talking about religions or whatever. Like you get married before you have children. Now, what you think the benefits might be, and do you think people are still doing that now?
I mean, I think like the obvious like benefit of like being married when you have children is that both the parents will be in the house, and I mean it's not as easy for either of the parties to walk out. I mean, divorce happens, but if you're married, like you made that commitment to the other person, you have a child with them. Hopefully, you're more likely to work it out if things get rough. But if you just having babies with whoever, you just walk out.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I want to say like I think it's alright to have kids without being married because things might happen and you might end up doing that, and then so later on you might decide that that's a girl you want to marry even though you have the child with them, but then they might turn out to be somebody else and you don't want to be with them, but it's still your responsibility to help take care of that child because it's part of your DNA.
I don't think a lot of men think like that though. Like I believe in marriage before you have a child, but things happen. But I think marriage is like the anchor. Like you have to come back if you have a child be married. But some people just have a baby and you never see them again. And just like, oh, okay.
Or a lot of cases you just like babies aren't really planned. Like it just happened, and maybe it might not be with somebody you want to marry, or maybe you'll marry them afterwards.
But what I'm starting to see now is like I feel like a lot of young girls are having babies, and then the next they won't have another one for like until they get married. So they had the first one. It was like I would never do this again. Just like a random person.
Yeah,
but learning experience. But it's like everybody's having the same learning experience. Like opposed to like seeing someone else do it. Like she did this, or this person, my cousin. Like there's so many people that's going through the same experience. Like people just like all together, just like trying to have this experience themselves. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like you can learn from someone else's experience.
Actually doing it. That's how I feel. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like
some people just get caught up.
Yeah, that's true.
Just the way people are just like sleeping around, like you're having sex or dating, like it happens.
Now, do you think every child needs a family, or it's just like like because we have a lot of single parent homes, and I'm starting to see a lot of like single fathers too. Yeah, and before it was like I don't think it was a big thing, but now it's like a lot of single fathers who take this because like the mothers want to party or whatever, and they never had a child with it. I mean like a party in life, like so they want to do that. So the fathers like actually like doing hair and stuff like that. What you think about that?
The question was like if they should be a family.
Yeah, like so the question is like single families versus like I guess like both two parents in the household.
I want to say it all depends, just because of who the other person is. Like you were saying, like someone might want to party, but like say if one thing, like say either the guy or the woman of the family, the other one might be like a drug user or whatnot, and you don't want your kid around them. So even though it hurts to take them away from them, you have to because you don't want that to be part of their life until they straighten up, which sometimes they might, sometimes they might not. And also, you never know because this is like Philly, somebody might get walking on the street, you might actually get shot by accident. So
this is Philly. So we're just saying they get shot by
then they're forced to have a single family. Like, it all depends on what happens. Like,
that's deep. Okay.
I think we like with the absence of a mother or a father, like it's always somebody that should kind of take the role. Like, say if it's a single mother, like their child may attach to an uncle or like their grandfather because they need a male figure in their life, or vice versa. The girl might attach to a grandmother or aunt. Like it should be some type of wholeness for the child, even if somebody's absent. Like they shouldn't know. Like they'll know they're absent, but they shouldn't feel it.
Yeah, you don't want to have that void.
Do you think that happens? Like, I feel like that don't happen. Like, I feel like a lot of people, like a lot of men or boys don't have father figures, you know?
Right.
So they miss
so
out
it's
on
hard
that.
for them to find someone to watch.
Yeah, like it's not too many people that they can reach out to, like,
or positive people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they'll be good if they had someone. So if you had, like, say if you was writing a book or you was talking to did anybody have children?
No.
Okay. So say if you were, like, you had a child or whatever, and you was trying to tell them the age to actually have a child, what would you actually tell them? If you had to give a number, like, just a number.
23.
Why 23?
Well, because in my family, they like always told us like, well, get 1 degree first, and then you like have a child. Like, I guess after you have 1 degree, you'll have something under your belt. So,
So I'm gonna fall back on. What you think?
I would tell them maybe 28. Just because, like she was saying, you have your degree, but also you have your die from that.
yeah.
Halle Berry had kids, old too.
But they have money.
That's what I'm trying to talk to me. I'm trying to explain that to you.
Your body and money.
Money was better care.
Yeah, no,
I still have a child that
better care.
Yeah,
that's true. But you do have better care though.
Yeah, when the child's here, but what does that have to do with you being 50 and being in the child's
No,
life?
you have better care in the hospital too.
Yeah.
Like, it's better care. Like they
You
do,
take care of your
yeah,
mother.
like they do more
I
tests.
get that.
Like,
I'm
So we're talking about
That's
age.
true.
We're not talking about money. They still old as hell, having kids.
My cousin had a child at 42. I think that was pretty old.
That is like
Yeah.
on the old side.
Yeah, I think that's old. What you were saying earlier?
What was recording?
What were you saying, Steven?
What I was saying was that for women, like the older you get, like in a biology class, we were learning that the older the woman gets, that it's a bigger possibility that when they have a child, they have Down syndrome because they produce less chromosomes.
So what about why would you say 28 then?
Because 28, the reason I say 28 is because like you lived your life already. I mean, you're having fun, you're doing things you want to do.
What do you mean?
But some people say done living their life.
28.
I mean, 25.
I know.
You can be done at 24.
I know you can be done at those times, but at least around 20.
At least what?
At least like around when you get to that age, you know, you feel a little bit more comfortable, or you might find somebody else or something like that.
Okay. I think maybe for men, I think 28 might be like good because men take a long time to mature, like longer than women. Like so, like at that time, I think y'all might have like some kind of maturity. Like if you're 28 years old, 30 might be better for men. Like but I think women like 23, 25. I think that's ideal. That's what I think.
I want to say it all depends on what you got going on too. Like say you're 23, you still in college, and you have a kid, you might have to drop out.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or 25, you all might have to drop out, and then some people they try to stick through as long as they can, but at the end of the day, you can't be in school and give birth. So you.
I mean, you can. People.
Okay,
A lot of people do that.
People make it
I
happen.
know people that made it happen. They got married after college. It's not easy, but she made it work. Now, do you think at a certain time though, you have to weigh your options at a certain time and like, so it's either I have a child now and like a healthy baby at this age, or I wait until I'm older, even though like I'm not established. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot be established and still have to make a choice because of your age. Do you think that happens? Like you think a lot of people do that? Like I know I'm not established, but I know I'm this age, so I have to make this choice right now. Otherwise, I might not have a healthy child, and I don't want to risk it.
So established in terms of like having a job, a career you're satisfied with,
The
person you're satisfied with at that age. But what if you're not?
I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
But what if you're not? It's like
I'm
they're
saying
they're 35, but you just like find some like anybody to just have kids.
I'm just
with,
saying,
like-
do people do that? Because I feel like you have that choice then, like, you know,
Mhm.
like the question is, do you really want to have that child? Like, you know, like some people like they really want to have a child. They feel like they need to be a mother.
Mhm.
That might change their life or something like that. You know, like so you think people take have to take that, like you have to make that choice.
I think they do, especially like if you put it off, you keep saying, "Oh, I'll have a child then, I'll have a child then," and you reach the point, you be like, "Well, I just gotta have this child now. I've been putting it off for so long."
Yeah.
I think so. What is it called when you get like a donor or stuff like that? What's that
A
called?
surrogate?
No, not a surrogate.
That's
Like,
what it's called. You
Oh,
just
donor?
get a donor. Yeah.
yeah, that's what it's called. You just get a donor.
The woman that carries the baby?
No,
No, that's a surrogate.
Not
like you go to the place. What is it? A
Oh,
fertility
sperm-
clinic.
okay,
Fertility
okay.
clinic, right? And you get a donor. Do you think a lot of women are doing that now because they can't find the right men to have children by, and they just want to be like by themselves?
I don't know anyone who's done that.
No, yeah, I thought.
Yeah, like
Maybe on like TV.
Yeah, I'm here movies.
I
Yeah.
don't know anybody going to the sperm bank. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
one.
trying to-